Hey there, this is Matt once again, coming at you with another collection and discussion video. Come to find out, I actually have quite a few films with Dean Cain. Yes. And I didn't watch as much Lois and Clark. I've seen a couple of those episodes, but I'm not like a big Lois and Clark guy. It's not that I disliked it, it's just saw a couple episodes and just, okay. But I don't know, the guy himself, I just tended to like, so I wanted to see more movies with him in it. I would say the best film he's been in is a film called Dead and Deader. I think this is one of the more underrated zombie films. It's a zombie comedy. I think it's actually pretty funny, pretty entertaining. Ellie Cornell is part of the cast. Colleen Tamp, Peter Green. Howard Berger helped work on the effects. And pretty much what happens is Dean Cain's character is killed in the Cambodian jungle. Wakes up from his own autopsy, realizes that the rest of his team have been resurrected. He was able to, they explain in the movie how he's able to get out of it without having a craving of flesh, but the others were not that lucky. You also have Armin Shimmerman, who is in Deep Space Nine. From the producers of Free Enterprise and The Specials. Remember being some fun dialogue, some nice bits of gore. And I think this is, if you're a zombie fan, this is at least worth a look. If you don't like it, oh well, we just agree to disagree. But I thought this was a fun movie. Maybe because, I'm a Dean Cain fan. I think this is actually a pretty good flick. It was released by Starz, Home Entertainment. Even has a piece of paper in it. Yeah, nice zombie comedy. I would say the best film Dean Cain's been in. Then you have Breakaway. Pretty much Die Hard in a shopping mall, where Dean Cain is the good guy, Eric Roberts is the villain, and you also have Erica Laniak, who was the woman who you saw naked in Under Siege. This says rated R. I don't buy that. This is more like a PG-13. It was made for TV, made for cable, I think. I forget which channel, but I know it was made for TV. I mean, it even says here, Columbia TriStar Domestic Television. I think that's the issue with it. It was a low budget, made for TV, so you couldn't go all out. But this is a premise that I'm surprised we haven't seen. Maybe nowadays because of shootings, a Die Hard in a shopping mall is not on people's radar. But at the same time, we gotta understand that movies are movies. And I like the idea. I thought Dean Cain did fine as the hero. Eric Roberts, capable actor. I didn't say I was entertained by the film. Again, suffers because it was a made-for-TV, made-for-cable movie. So the violence isn't... Again, I don't buy the R rating, and the budget suffers because of that. And the movie suffers because of low budget, but still thought this was a pretty entertaining flick. A decent flick, at least. Call it at least a decent film. Next up, two films that he did. I guarantee these were on Sci-Fi. It seems a lot of times these UFO films, because I talked about Gruner, that action star, and he was in Interceptor Force 1 and 2. Those are UFO. These seem like prime candidates for Sci-Fi Channel. I don't know why. I'm not a big Sci-Fi Channel guy. I'm not a big fan of those movies. I'm not a Sharknado guy. But films like these two, I didn't mind. I didn't. Maybe because I like Dean Cain. I don't know. Maybe because I like the environments they were in, which was, underground or out in the middle of nowhere. Like this one is an underground bunker. This one is in this facility in the Antarctic. Oh, I didn't mind these movies. I couldn't tell you why. Oh, and lo and behold, these were also directed by Philip Roth, who did Interceptor Force 1 and 2 and Velocity Trap with Gruner. I actually like these more, sadly enough. There's this one, Boa. I'd probably say I like this more than Python with Robert Englund. I couldn't tell you why. Again, maybe I just like the environment they were in, and I like Dean Cain. But yeah, I mean, I'd have to rewatch these again to give more of my in-depth thoughts. But that's Boa, and then they made Boa versus Python and 50 other fucking things. And this one I liked a little bit more, Dragon Fighter. Even the cover's cool. I think the cover's kind of cool. Yeah, the shadow of a dragon, and then claws coming through to reveal like helicopters, and looks like the background from Independence Day or something. I even like the cover. Yeah, Dragon Fighter. Then we got another one I thought was decent, even though it's low budget shows. Firetrap. He's a thief breaking into this building to steal, I forget what he was stealing, a computer chip. A fire breaks out. He ultimately starts to become a hero and save people, even though it might cost himself getting arrested. This is actually a PM Entertainment film. Forgot about that. You also have Richard Tyson from... He was the villain in Kindergarten Cop. Been quite a few other flicks. Lori Petty from Tank Girl. Vanessa Angel, Stephen Williams. Again, some of the low-budget fire effects on the outside of the building isn't the best. But I thought there was also some nice fire stunts. There's a guy that blasted back like a fireball, and for its low budget, I thought there's some nice fire stunts in here. It's not a theatrical big-budget movie. But PM Entertainment, a lot of times seem like they could utilize their low budget much better than a lot of other companies did. And I thought Dean Cain did a good job in this role. I would say that's one of his better ones. And I always forget this has Brian Bosworth as a co-star. Yes, the Boz. Phase 4. And be like, well, why don't you do a Brian Bosworth marathon, like a collection? But technically, I only have like 3 of his movies. I have Stone Cold on DVD. I don't even have the Blu-ray of it. I have... Oh, what's the other one? The one that Kurt Wimmer kind of directed and kind of not directed. Forget the title of it. And then this movie. Right, and I guess technically The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler. So it wouldn't be much to show. But, yeah, Phase 4. I think this deals with Dean Cain's a reporter there's all these accidental deaths happening. He realizes there's some kind of cover-up dealing with this experimental drug. And I think they mentioned like this experimental drug is like the cure for AIDS, which I thought was kind of interesting. And they don't want this because, you know, corporations and they, you know, that whole thing, conspiracy theory that corporations, they don't want a cure because millions and billions of dollars would be lost because people would go in for treatments and blah, blah, blah. And I remember this being an alright time waster, but once again, I have to watch it again to be much more fresh in my mind. And this was sort of the TV version of Rollerball. This is trying to be. Taste this. See if I can take. I was gonna see if I can take the sticker off. I hate these stickers. This is one place I go to called Stuff Etc., where usually their DVDs are $3, but if you wait long enough and they're still there, they'll be like $1 or $1.50. And you just look at the date. And actually, no. Wait a minute. No, this was sent to me. And I fucked up the case. And so I put this in a different case. Like, the case got messed up. I put this in a different case. Now I look at this. I'm like, no, this was not that. This was sent to me overseas. This was sent to me as a gift. I remember that now. See, my memory's fried. Forgive me. I'm still getting back on the horse after this weekend so of being sick. Yeah, this was a gift from overseas. And then, yeah, the case was messed up and I put a different case on it. But yeah, this is a TV movie. Wesley Snipes in it for like a little bit. Mainly Dean Cain's film. The low budget, it suffers because just compared to Rollerball, I would watch this over the Rollerball remake. It's not saying much. I forget what channel this debuted on in the U.S. Future Sport. See, that, I mean, that right there does look a lot like Rollerball. And look at this right there. That's totally Rollerball. So it's pretty much a Rollerball ripoff with Dean Cain and Wesley Snipes. But yeah, I forget what channel this was on. Directed by Ernest Dickerson. This is the guy who did, I believe, Surviving the Game and Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. Yeah, one of those films I need to give another watch. I remember the low budget hamper in that flick. And then these were pretty weak movies, not that good. Dark Descent. I thought it would be nice because something is killing undersea miners. And was this something? I'm like, oh, it's a monster movie? An officer of the Deep Submersible Divisions enlisted to investigate. At 35,000 feet, you have 24-hour darkness, decompression, sickness, and a ticking clock of acute claustrophobia intensifying the miner's growing rage. It's a race against time as the body count rises. Kenny saves the lives of the miners and himself. When it says something is killing undersea miners, I'm like, oh, is this a horror movie? Is this a monster movie? And then I'm thinking, okay, is this going to be like Outland, except on the moon? Which, I mean, that's like High Noon, but in space. But I'm like, Outland, but instead of on the moon, it's underwater. This is a boring fucking movie. Really boring fucking film. That's what I remember. Billy Zabka's in it for a little bit. Yeah. not much to run home about this movie, Dark Descent. And then this one, Final Approach, I was curious about it because Dean Cain, Anthony Michael Hall as your villain, William Forsythe, Leah Thompson. One of the problems, it's 169 minutes. $169. 120 minutes is 2 hours. 130 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes. So 2 hours and 49 minutes. Almost 3 hours. There's no reason why this needed to be almost 3 hours. Fuck, people think Delta Force is boring. I like the Delta Force. That wasn't 3 fucking hours. And the last act, the second half, you had Chuck Norris kicking the shit out of people, fighting Robert Forsythe, and shooting things with missile launching motorcycles. And a great score. Watch this movie. If you think the Delta Force is boring, I dropped it. I was so mad. Watch this fucking movie. Please do. Definitely, I would say the worst one of this bunch because it's just so fucking boring. Way too long. Did not need to be that long. But yeah, that's my freaking chair. And that's my Dean Cain collection. Yeah, quite a few Dean Cain movies. But I like him. I like him as an actor. I think he's got a good look to him, charisma, a likability to him. So I do like Dean Cain. I wish there was a whole set released. That's one I should show it. I have one DVD of the best of when you hosted Ripley's Believe It or Not. I wish there was like a box set of his Ripley's Believe It or Not. I wish there was. Because that'd be awesome to watch again. But yeah, his Ripley's Believe It or Not was fun. Just thought of that now. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Dean Cain, collection I have of his. Thanks for watching. Take care. And we will see you later. Bye-bye.